Virginia voters approved a constitutional amendment Tuesday that would reshape the state's representation in the U.S. House and majority control coming out of the 2026 midterms. Voters were asked to decide yes or no on a measure allowing the General Assembly to temporarily redraw congressional districts before the next census. According to campaign finance records, a combined $111 million was spent on the amendment, including more than $22 million in opposition. Unofficial totals from Tuesday's election have the vote at 50.3% in favor and 49.7% opposed. Now, the outcome, if able to survive the Virginia Supreme Court, it flipped the projected net gains and losses of the two major parties in the nationwide map redrawing tussle, with Democrats going from down 3 to up 1. Briefs in litigation are due to the Virginia Supreme Court Thursday. New maps are in play across the country for the 2026 midterm elections in California, Missouri, North Carolina, Ohio, and Texas. And lawsuits also led to changes in Utah and ongoing litigation in Georgia, Louisiana, and New York. Now, in addition to these states, Florida next week begins a special session on redistricting. Neighboring Maryland's bid died last week. And while Illinois is not looking to change maps ahead of the 2026 election this November, there is a push to change the way legislation and representative districts are drawn in the state every 10 years following that decennial census. Now, Illinois House Joint Resolution Constitutional Amendment 28 was filed by Illinois House Speaker Emanuel Chris Welch. In the state of Illinois, Democrats have control of the House and the Senate with supermajorities. They've drawn maps in favor of Democrats, and those maps have gotten F grades from civic watchdog groups. But Welch defended this proposal he says will help strengthen voter rights in the state of Illinois.
Here in Illinois, we refuse to go back, regardless of which party controls the majority of our state legislature. Put simply, House Joint Resolution Constitutional Amendment 28 ensures that no citizen on account of race is denied the opportunity to elect the representatives of their choosing and takes steps to ensure Illinois voices are not silenced, no matter what happens in Washington.
According to the filing, the priorities in order are for all districts to have near equal populations, to provide equal opportunity for all citizens regardless of race, the creation of districts with racial minority influence, and for district borders to be unbroken and compact. Now, Republican State Representative Ryan Spain, he said Democrats proposed the measure in direct response to a lawsuit over the current district map that Republicans lost last year. He was also critical that the proposed amendment for voters to decide has nothing to do with creating an independent redistricting commission to draw new legislative maps.
If the need to protect our democracy is so important, if we need to empower the voice of voters, why aren't we moving forward a fair redistricting independent commission like the one that you have supported before?
This amendment that's before us today is to protect voting rights. And if you look at our representative districts in the House as a body, this is the most diverse House reflecting the diversity of our great state. I'm extremely proud of that, and you should be too.
In the past, Spain has said that the state's legislative makeup doesn't really reflect the true political diversity in the state of Illinois. Earlier in the day, Spain went further to criticize efforts from majority Democrats.
I cannot wait to go around the state and barnstorming on this issue to explain how Democrats are trying to cheat and how the question they put on the ballot is to enshrine their gerrymandering and to cheat you further out of a vote. And the question they would never put on the ballot, year after year, dozens and dozens of amendments, is to have fair redistricting in Illinois, to allow voters to select their elected official instead of the other way around. Dozens and dozens of times, that question has been put forward. I do it at the start of every single General Assembly. I've been here for 10 years. Question has never been called. The question they will call now is to further cheat you out of a vote. It's disgraceful.
Now, in Illinois, this measure, if it passes the House, it still has to go to the Senate to get approval before it could be put on the ballot for voters to determine. If you want to stay up with that and other stories concerning redistricting, be sure to head over to thecentersquare.com.